Good afternoon to everyone. Today, our topic will be correlation. First of all, we have to define what actually is the meaning of the correlation. Before going through the meaning of correlation, let's imagine that I have got two variables x and y. I have to find out the relationship between x and y, or in another way, like that, we say sales is the function of advertisement. जितना एडवर्टीजमेंट ज़्यादा होगा उतने सेल्स बढ़ेंगे. ठीक है, तो नाउ इफ आई नीड टू फाइंड आउट इज एक्चुअली व्हाट इज हैपनिंग. Is increase in the advertisement is going to increase the sales? And when I am going to find out the relationship between these two variables, how they are behaving, whether this advertisement is showing any impact on the sales or not. So this, when I am going to find out their relationship, it's known as correlation. So how define correlation? Correlation is simply be defined as the relationship between different set of variables. X variables, and we know that variable can simply be defined as anything whose value changes. जिसकी भी value change होती रहती है उसको बोला जाता है variable. Like demand is a variable, it keeps on changing. Supply is a variable, it keeps on changing. Price is a variable, it keeps on changing. Your height is a variable, it keeps on changing. Your weight is variable. So this is, I have to find out the relationship between demand is the function of price. Now if I am going to find out how is their relationship, so this I can find out with the help of correlation. How they are behaving, what is the relationship, what will be the impact of price on the demand. So in order to understand that, we have got a concept that's known as correlation. Correlation is simply be defined again. Correlation can simply be defined as the relationship between different set of variables. After that, we have to understand what do you mean by, what are the different types of correlations. Types of correlations. Look, correlation can be classified into following. Number one is that on the basis of direction. On the basis of direction, we have two variables in which direction they are moving. Like with the increase in the price, demand keeps on decreasing. So what is happening? This is a price variable, it's a demand variable. This is increasing, this is decreasing. And at the same time, with the increase in the price, we say that supply of the commodity increases. On the basis of direction, so here both the variables are following the same direction, or you can also say with the decrease in the price, supply is also going to decrease. Now, here both the variables are decreasing, here both the variables are increasing. But here what is happening? Both the variables are moving in the opposite direction. On the basis of direction, correlation is of two types. One is known as positive correlation. Another one is known as negative correlation. Positive correlation, when both the variables are moving in the same direction. When both the variables are moving in the same direction, irrespective they are increasing or decreasing. I said that with the increase in the price, we say that supply of the commodity is going to increase. So this is following, both the variables are following the same direction. Now look at here, with the decrease in the price, we say that supply also decreases. Here both the variables are also following the same direction. That's why I said that both the variables should move in the same direction, irrespective they are increasing or decreasing. This is called as positive correlation. So we define it. Positive correlation is defined as that form of correlation in which both the variables are moving in the same direction. Now negative correlation, demand and price. With the increase in the price, demand keeps on decreasing. So this will be known as negative correlation. Negative correlation is defined as that form of correlation in which both the variables are moving in opposite direction. If price increases, demand decreases. That means both are following the opposite direction. Okay. So whenever you see positive correlation, it will always have an upward positive slope. Why? Look at this. If the price of any commodity is increasing, we say, imagine we have got here the price and supply. With the increase in the price, supply keeps on increasing. That's both are moving, both are increasing. Both are moving in the same direction. Price increases, demand also is, supply also increases. At the same time, when price increases, when price increases, when price here decreases, supply also decreases. S2. That's why whenever you see any positive correlation, it will have an upward positive slope. Why? Because both the variables have to follow the same direction. If one is increasing, another will also increase. If one is decreasing, another will also decrease. So this is known as positive correlation. And when we see the graphical representation of negative correlation, it will be always downward sloping. Imagine with the help of a demand and price. When the demand of the commodity, when the price of the commodity is P, the consumers are demanding OQ units of that commodity. So suddenly what is happening? The price of the commodity has increased from OP to OP1. That means demand will decrease. With the increase in the price, demand is decreasing. Or here, when price is going to decrease, so demand will here increase. Decrease in price leads to increase in demand. So this will be negative correlation. So it's clear here. Positive correlation is defined as that form of correlation in which both the variables are moving in the same direction irrespective they are increasing or decreasing. And negative correlation is defined as that form of correlation in which both the variables are moving in the opposite direction. Okay? The first type, that was on the basis of direction. Correlation was of two types. That was positive correlation and negative correlation. And next one, that means on the basis of number of variables. On the basis of number of variables. Imagine that I am going to say that sales is the function of advertisement. अगर आपको सेल्स बढ़ानी है तो आपको एडवर्टीजमेंट ज़्यादा करने पड़ेंगे. जितनी ज़्यादा एडवर्टीजमेंट उतनी ज़्यादा सेल्स. लेकिन क्या अकेले एडवर्टीजमेंट से सेल्स बढ़ेंगे? नहीं. So there can be n number of variables that are going to affect the sales of a commodity. Okay, advertisement is there. There should be the quality of the product. Okay. Quality of the product is important. If the quality of the product is good, it will be, the sales are going to also increase. At the same time, a price should also be, a reasonable price should also be there. Okay, that means there can be n number of variables that are going to affect it. So why I am discussing it? Because I have to discuss on the basis of number of variables how correlation is classified. It's divided into three parts. Number one is known as simple correlation. Now what do you mean by simple correlation? Relationship between only two variables. Whenever we have to find out the relationship between only two variables, it is known as simple correlation. That's why I discuss here advertisement is the function of sales. Okay, so it is the advertisement that has the impact on the sales. If I am going to find out the relationship between only these two variables, we called it simple correlation. Now, there are n number of variables I told you. I have discussed 3 here, so there can be more. Okay, so here we have more than 2 variables. So whenever we have to study about the relationship between more than 2 variables, you called it multiple correlation. So how you do it, how you define multiple correlation? Multiple correlation is defined as that form of correlation in which the relationship between more than two variables is going to be discussed or is going to be studied. Okay. Now, third one is known as partial correlation. Partial correlation is also a form of multiple correlation. But what here is going to affect? Here we discuss the impact of sales, impact of advertisement on sales. We are going to discuss impact of quality of the product on the sales, and here we are going to discuss the impact of price on the sale of the product. But what we do when we study the impact of advertisement on sales, we keep these two constant. When we study about the impact of quality of product on the sales, we keep these two constant. Okay. When we discuss about the price, impact of price on the sales of the product, we keep these two constant. So what do we mean by partial correlation? Is defined as that form of correlation in which we discuss the relationship between more than two variables, but while finding out the relationship, we keep other variables as constant. This is known as partial correlation. Now, the third one, that's known as, that's on the basis of linearity. Look at here, I will give you two variables, x and y. What is happening? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 5, 10, 15, 20 and 25. What is happening here? Here the variables are increasing at a constant rate, that's 2. And here the variables are also increasing at a constant rate, that is 5. Now, on the basis of linearity, correlation is of two types. One is known as linear correlation, another one is known as non-linear correlation. Linear correlation is defined as that form of correlation in which both the variables are increasing at a constant rate. If both the variables are increasing a constant rate, it's known as linear correlation. And linear correlation will always divide this 90-degree angle into two parts. It will pass from the origin and will divide this 90-degree angle of x and y axis into two parts and makes here 45-degree angle. So this will be called as linear correlation. Now, non-linear correlation, when both the variables are not showing any, are not increasing at the constant rate, like 3, 2, 9, 15, 30, 11, 90, 30. So is there any constant rate of increasing? No, they are increasing at their own. There is nothing to, we can say that they are increasing at a constant rate. So we can say that nonlinear correlation is defined as that form of correlation in which both the variables are not increasing or decreasing at constant rates. So this is the theoretical part of correlation. So here we have discussed what do you mean by correlation and what are the different types of correlations and how the correlations are being classified. Now, after going this, the next topic will be measurement of correlation. How you measure the correlation. How correlation can be measured. We have got two methods here in order to measure the correlation. That's known as mathematical method. Another one is known as non-mathematical. Maths, you know that we are going to put some data, and here it's a non-mathematical. There is no need of any calculations in finding out the relationship. So In mathematical, it's of two types in order to measure the correlation. One is known as Karl Pearson's method. Karl Pearson's method of correlation, and another one is known as Spearman's method. Spearman's method of correlation. And in the non-mathematical method, we have got scatter diagram. We have got scatter diagram. Before finding out the relationship, or before going through the calculation part of the correlation, let me understand one concept, that correlation is always denoted by R. Like we say that we have to write down the change. Instead of change, we can write down delta. So delta also indicates a change. Same is the correlation. Instead of writing down the correlation, we can write down the small r, that means correlation. After that, correlation has got, the value of R has got minimum and maximum value. The maximum value of R is equal to +1, and the minimum value of R is -1. If R is +1, you called it perfect positive correlation. If R is -1, you called it perfect negative correlation. Now, in between it can come anything, like if the value of R comes from 0 to 0.25, it will be called as very low positive correlation. Very low positive correlation. And for the negative, it will be very low negative correlation. If the R comes from 0.25 to 0.50, it's known as medium correlation. Medium correlation. And if the R comes from 0.50 to 0.75, it's known as high correlation between different variables. So there is a high correlation between two or more than two variables. When R comes from 0.75 to 0.99, you called it very high positive correlation, and for minus it will be very high negative correlation, and rest R is equal to +1, perfect positive correlation, and for negative it will be perfect negative correlation. So this is all about its limits, where from it's going to vary. After that, what we are going to do, we will take this mathematical method, and later on we will come to the non-mathematical method, because non-mathematical method is not important. It is simply you're going to make a graph. So later on we are going to discuss. So here, before going for the mathematical portion, I have to understand that the data is, we have got the data is of two types. One is known as qualitative data. Another one is known as quantitative data. Now, what's qualitative data? Attributes. You must have gone through the concept of attributes. Attributes are those things which directly cannot be measured. Like, I cannot say that you are 25% handsome. Okay, you are 30% honest. So it's not possible. So what happens in case of attributes? We are going to compare them. You are more handsome than that boy. You are more beautiful girl than that girl. Same is the case. You are more honest than that boy. You are less honest than that boy. Okay. So this is about attributes. This is qualitative data. Quantitative data simply, which is already in the form of quantity, like you can directly apply the mathematical tools in it. Here you cannot directly apply the mathematical tools. You have to first of all convert this data into the numbers. Then only you are going to apply it. So why I am discussing it here? Because it was the Carl Pearson who took the data, who took the quantitative data and said that I am going to find out the relationship. Okay, and when Spearman came that, he said I will find out the relationship among attributes, among qualitative data. So we will discuss them one by one. First of all, we will take Carl Pearson's method. Why it's known as Carl Pearson's method? Because the method was being given by Mr. Carl Pearson, who was a German statistician. He has given this mathematical method. So he said that correlation, in order to measure the correlation, we have two ways. Number one, he said actual mean method and assumed mean method. Under actual mean method, dx will always be equal to x minus x bar. I see. And under assumed mean method, dx will be equal to x minus a. Nothing more than that. Actual mean method means deviations are taken from the actual mean, and under assumed mean method, deviations are taken from the assumed mean. That is the only difference. When dx will be equal to x minus x bar, why I write down dx? Dx is equal to deviation of x series. You can write down dy, deviation of y series. So different books have write down in different ways. So I write down this way. Okay. Now we will take up the first, that's known as actual mean method. According to actual mean method, R, in order to find out the correlation, R will be equal to summation of dx into dy under root of summation of dx square into summation of dy square. This is the formula for calculating correlation according to the Carl Pearson's method when it comes to actual mean method. So let's take a data of two series x and y. Okay, like x is sales and y is advertisement. Okay, so I have to find out these two relationships. Like that, I am going to put the data 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And the y 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. This is the data in front of the two variables of x and y, and I have been asked to find out the relationship. The first step that I am going to do is to calculate dx. I told you here dx will be equal to x minus x bar. Dx will be equal to x minus x bar. I have given the value of x here. This is the value of x, but I don't know the value of x bar. So how I am going to calculate? X bar will be equal to summation of x upon n. So summation of x, we have gone through that. Summation of x will be equal to 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. This is the, and n means number of observations, that's 5. So that will be equal to 15 upon 5. So our x bar will be equal to 3. Okay. So here I can write down x minus 3. So 1 minus 3 will be equal to minus 2, 2 minus 3 will be equal to minus 1, 3 minus 3 will be equal to 0, 4 minus 3 will be equal to plus 1, and it will be plus 2. So this is the first one. Now moving to the next, what I have to do, I will calculate here dy. Dy will be equal to y minus y bar. So how to calculate y bar? Y bar will be equal to summation of y upon n. And what's the summation of y? All the values of y will be added. Okay, that will be equal to 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 upon 5. That will be equal to 20 upon 5. That will be equal to 4. Okay, So we have got here y bar equal to 4. So whenever I have to find out this, what I am going to do, dy is equal to y minus 4, because y bar is equal to 4. So 2 minus 4, again minus 2, minus 1, 0, plus 1 and plus 2. After finding out these two things, what I am going to do, I will do dx square. I will do dx की जो वैल्यूज है उनका स्क्वायर करता हूं. दैट मीन्स 2 2 जा 4, 1 1 जा 1, 0 0 जा 0, 1 1 जा 1, 2 2 जा 4. सेम आई विल डू फॉर dy स्क्वायर. y dy की जो वैल्यूज है उनका स्क्वायर करना, तो dy स्क्वायर आ जाएगा. तो अगेन 2 2 जा 4, 1 1 जा 1, 0 0 जा 0, 1 1 जा 1, 2 2 जा 4. नाउ here what I need in the formula, here I am getting summation of dx square. This part will be equal to 10. Now dy square, that will summation of dy square, that will always be equal to 10. Okay. After that, what I need only is dx dy. So I am going to do here dx and dy. I will multiply the values of dx and dy. So 2 into 2 are 4, 1 1 are 1, plus minus minus and plus, 0 into 0 0, 1 1 are 1, 2 2 are 4. So that will be again summation of dx dy will always be equal to 10 here also. So now when I am going to put this data in the formula, I write down r is equal to summation of dx and dy, that will be equal to 10 upon under root of summation of dx square will be equal to 10 into summation of dy square will be equal to 10. So r will be equal to 10 upon 10 ka 10 square under root of 10. This root and square will go, r is equal to 10 upon 10. So 10 and 10 will go, r will be equal to 1. So there will be perfect positive correlationship between the two variables. So this is about actual mean method. I think in the next part we are going to discuss the assumed mean method. Okay, thank you so much.